Hi guys, to another video. This time I'm going to share quizzes in Moodle. So quizzes in Moodle are used to evaluate students' understanding of materials. Moodle quizzes are comprises of a quiz activity that contains one or more questions from your question bank. Here are the steps on how we will create a quiz in Moodle. Step 1. We need to create and organize questions in your course question bank. Step 2. Create and configure a new quiz activity in the section of the course where you want the quiz to appear. Step 3. Add question to a configured quiz activity from the question bank. And last is administer, review, and grade the quiz activity. Okay? So these are the steps that we will be doing when we like to administer quizzes in our learning management system. So let's go back to our site. So I have here our landing page. I'm going to log in as teacher. Okay, so let's wait. Next is you have to go to your course. Okay, this is my course. So the first step before we could actually write our quiz is to create or prepare a question bank. Okay, so to do that, in our gear icon here, click the drop down arrow, and then I would like you to select here more. Okay, so these are the different course administration menus that is available to you. One of which is our question bank here. Now, first thing is that we need to create a category. So here, click category or categories. Okay. Let's wait. Okay, I have already created several categories here earlier. So I have here module 1, module 2, and then module 3. I'm going to demonstrate how do we create categories. So category here is where we're going to group our quizzes or examination questions. Okay, so the default is the course name. Default is LMS. Then you could create let's say this is the parent and then this is the child. So here 5 and 7 means that I have here 5 questions and 7 questions in my module 2 and module 3. Okay, so let me demonstrate how we could create another category. In this case, I'm going to have here module 4. This could be any name or description that you can place in order for you to identify the group of questions. Okay, so I have here module 4 and then simply add a category. Okay, so let's wait. It will return here. So this is where we have the different categories. So once you have set the categories, the next step is for us to add question inside our question bank. Now, I'm going to use here module 1 since it's still 0, meaning that there are no question yet. So if you click here module 1, okay, so here, the select category is module 1, and then we don't have any question yet. So if there are questions, you could click here, let's say, show questions in the question list. So currently, it will not show anything because it does not contain any question. Okay, now, let's add a new question. So click here, add a new question, and then you'll be directed to the different types of questions. So you could give them multiple choice, true or false, matching type, short answer, numerical answers. You could also provide here essays. There are also some computation or calculated fields here. You could also select drag and drop. Okay, and then you could also embed answers. Okay, and more. Okay, so these are some of the available types of quizzes that we could give to our students. So here I'm going to create a multiple choice question. Okay, and then just select the type and then click add. So the first thing that we have to do here is to give the question name. Okay, so the question name could be any name that would identify the let's say, the question. So in my case, I normally type, let's say, Q1, question number 1, something like that. Or in some instances, module 1, question 1. So that would easily identify this particular question. Okay, but it's up to you to place any items there. The next thing to do is that you need to type here the question text. So since this is a multiple choice, so I'm going to paste here a question. Okay, so Friday is an intelligent system unit created by, so that's the question. Now here you're going to see the default mark. By default, each question that you create would have a point of 1 or 1 point. So it's up to you. Let's say this will be 2 points. So you could you can change this or update this. Second is that since this is a multiple choice, you have to, if you could either select one or multiple answer. So you could select here one answer only or multiple answers allowed. Okay, so this is one answer only. Next is shuffle the choices. This is good. Okay, and then here is that you have the option to select what type of format you like to have: small, lowercase ABC, uppercase ABC, or numbers, and so on. So let's leave it at the default. So next is the choices. So here I'm going to paste some of the choices. So this is choice 1. Next is the grade. So let's say this is the correct answer, you would give them a grade of 100. Otherwise, none. So meaning 0. Okay. Next is, so I'll be copy and paste the second question. So it's okay. Sometimes when you scroll up, you will see that it's moving. So you just click and then move up again. And then let's have another one. Question number 3. And then the last one is this one. Let me copy and paste this one. So the correct answer here is Tony Stark. And then since this is the correct answer, I'm going to give it 100%. So if you have additional choices, you could still have, let's say, the PIP one, or if you have, let's say, 8, you could add here 3 more questions. After that, save and continue editing. Once you click this one, if there are items that you need to change or update, you could still make it. Let's say, for example, you would like to save it first to ensure that let's say that you have saved the file, so you could save and continue editing here. You could also have it previewed. So if you click here preview, you're going to see how it works or how it's displayed in our screen. Okay, after that you just close the preview, and then if you're done, save changes. So next, let's have another question. As you can see here, I have added how do you say that? The first question. So let's have another question. Okay, this one here. Let me create another one. So create a new question. Let's have again multiple choice. Okay, so this is, well, it's up, the naming convention, it's up to you. Module 1, question 2. Okay, so this one here. At the end of the Avengers movie, what Avengers do it together before disassembling? Okay, so the choices are, so right now we're going to leave the default question to 1. I'll edit it later so that you'll see how to edit it outside of the section here. So we have here, wait, let me type it. Okay, first one is sushi, the second one is shawarma, and this is the correct answer. Okay, and then this one is spaghetti. Okay, and then the fourth one here is salad. Okay, so the correct answer here is this one. Okay, so save the changes. Okay, so it's up to you to populate it. You could also add, let's try to add another question. Okay, so this is true or false. So let's have it. Okay, module 1, question 3. True or false. Okay, and then here the correct answer is true. Okay, and then save changes. Alright, so we have 3 questions already. Sometimes let's say you have 100 questions, it would be difficult for you to it will be difficult for you to click add the questions here. There's another way for us to update the question. So what you need to do is you need to have a text editor. In my case, I have here Sublime, or you could just use Notepad in Windows. Okay, so I have the question here, and the next step is, let's say, you just copy and paste the question. So let's say I'll have copying questions right now. Okay, okay, just copied it on the net. So the first question here is this one. So this daughter of Thanos is the member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So what you need to do is you just format it like this. So this is the first choice, second, the third, and then the fourth one. Okay, and then at the last part, the answer is B. Okay, so here's my guide. And then just have a space here. Okay, remove this one here. It's only my guide. So this is A, B, C, and then D. Okay, and then after that, the question here is D. Enter. And last question is this one. So this is so this is A, B, and then C, and then let's have the last D. Enter. The question is letter C. Okay, so after you have placed all the questions in your text file, save it. File, save as. So I have here, I'm going to save the file as 1.txt. Okay, and then save it. So I'm going to replace. I already have the file here, so I have the file here. So the next thing to do is that I need to upload the question in to my how do you say that, to my learning management system here. To do that, so let's upload the question here. So we already have 3 questions. Let's add the questions that we have just created. Just simply scroll up. You just simply click here, import. Okay, and then you need to select here icon format, and then you need to scroll down. In general, you have to make sure you identify where the questions will be placed. So in this case, okay, let's move it to module 4. Okay, let's move it to module 4 since we already have a questions there. So let's move it to module 4. And the next is, if you scroll up again, you need to place the questions here. So let me open my Finder. So I have here question 1. I just need to click, hold, and then drag the file here. Then after that, import. Okay, so it will check whether there's a problem with your question bank or your text file. And then if there's no problem, you could proceed, click continue, and then that's it. we already have the questions placed in our module 4. Okay, so simple as that. So create it first into a simple text file. Okay, I'll upload sample formats in our course. Okay, so that's how we create a question bank. So after you have created the question bank, the next step is you go back to our course. So let's go back here, creating quizzes. So let's say I want to place the quiz in this section. Okay, so to do that, you need to go up here and then turn editing on. So we need to add the activity quiz now. So you scroll down here and then click here, add, and then let's look for our, where's that? Quiz. Okay, this will be the activity that you're going to use. So quiz here, click add. Okay, now the next step is we're going to configure it. So here we're going to have, let's say this is quiz 1. Okay, then you could provide the description. This is our quiz 1. Coverage is modules 1 to 4. Okay, for example, modules 1 to 4. Then after that, if you tick on this icon, if you tick on this option, it will display our description. Okay, next, timing. So timing here refers to when do you like the quiz to be open. And let's say, for example, you'll open it at May 9, something like that. And you also need to identify when it will be closed. After that, time limit. So if this is, let's say, since we're going to have an online quiz, you could set a time limit here. Let's say the quiz will be taken for, let's say 60 minutes. Okay. After that, just leave this one here. Grades. Okay, where do you like the grades to be placed? So since we have categorized it with our grade book, so place it under quizzes. Okay, grade to pass if you like to set a grading pass, passing grade. Attempts allowed. Okay, it could be unlimited if you like to have it unlimited, or you could give them at least one attempt. Okay, layout here. This one I would suggest that we set it to a single page. Okay, why? Because of the internet connectivity, we might not know whether we might have problems in between. So let's display the page, a question in one page. Okay, next is here in the question behavior, you need to specify the questions within a shuffle within question. Okay, so you have to shuffle each question here. Okay, next is review. So here I would like you to uncheck the attempt. Okay, this one, appearance. Okay, now this is important, extra restriction. You could give a password to your student. So let's say, for example, let me in. So that is the password. Then during the quiz, you have to give it to the students. Okay, second is that the student would have to abide with the plagiarism, sort of a cheating policy. Okay, next is here. Okay, this is also important. Since we're going to have it in an online quiz, sometimes security is important. So we have here browser security. Just set it to full screen pop up with some JavaScript security. Okay, just click that. After that, okay, activity completion. Here, show activity is completed. And then if you want to make sure that the student has a passing grade, you could click this one. Otherwise, let's leave it blank. And then save and return to course. Okay. So once you're here, next step, this is very important, guys. Please hide your quiz first. Okay. You don't want the students to see already your quiz. So to do that, click edit and then hide it. Okay, so make sure that you do that, okay? So we already have the question bank. We already have the quiz. Next step is that we need to add questions to our quiz now, okay? So click here, quiz 1. So there are no question yet. So we need to edit now the quiz. Okay? So next, here you need to add questions now. So you could still add individual questions to your quiz. Second is that you could retrieve it from your question bank, or you could just simply randomize it. So let's select the second option. Okay. Let's look for this one here. These are your groups. And then you could select all of this and then add. Okay. Now the 3 questions there will automatically be added to our quiz. Next is, on this side, you're going to see that, if you recall, we set this as 2 points. And if you like to set all of this as 2 points, you just need to edit this section. So this will be 2 points. This will also be 2 points. Okay. So we have the first 3 questions. Now, let's try the randomized questions. So let's go for question number 2, our module 2. In module 2, we have here 5 questions. What I would like is only get 3 questions randomly. Okay? Then after that, add random questions. So every time that the system will refresh, they would get it from the question bank, okay? Randomly, okay? Let's have this one here. In R, I have 7 questions here. Okay, then I'll just get, let's say, 3 of 3, and then after that, add question. So I have here already 9 questions, and then add the last one from our question bank. And then I'm going to select here module 4, the last 3 questions, and then add. So these are the questions that I'll be placing it in my quiz. So here, you have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the total mark now is 15. Then you need to update this one with 15. Okay. Then another option that you could use is shuffle. Okay. And then after that, you just need to save. So what we did is, we already have placed questions inside our quiz. Okay, now, the fourth step is now to administer it to our students. But before that, I would like you to go back to our quiz here. Well, let me go back to our quiz. Okay, this one. And then, you can preview it first. So just click on the quiz, and then you have the option here to so we have the option here to preview it. So just click on this. So this is the agreement to ensure that they will not somehow cheat. Okay, they must agree on this one. And then this is let me in. So that's the quiz password. Then start attempt. Okay. So this is the quiz. Okay, you just need to select. So I'm just randomly selecting something here. I'm not reading the question. Okay. There. After that, finish attempt, and then that's it. We will see, the students will also see the time left. Okay. Okay. They could review, finish attempt, And then everything is okay, submit all and finish. And the teacher will automatically the result. So I got 6 out of 15. Okay, very poor score. Okay, and then from there, finish review, and that's it. You already have your quiz. Now, let's go to the student side. Okay, let's try it with the student side now. So again, please make sure if you're ready to give the quiz out to your students, you must show this one already. Okay, there. So on the student side, log out. Now, so by the way, sorry, student. So I have here my login. I'm going to select here student and then press here login. So once the student logs into our system, he needs to go inside our course. So in this case, I think it's LMS training. Okay, and then I like it to scroll down, and then the student will see the quiz here. Okay, so we have here the description, which is this is the quiz. This is quiz 1. The coverage will be modules 1 to 4. So click on this. So the next thing to do is that the student will see that he is allowed only to take it once, and then there is a password, and then the time limit is 1 hour. Okay, so if you click here attempt now, let me close this one first. Okay, so first instance is that they need to agree on the above statement. So, or cheating will not be allowed, something like that. They must have sort of a house rule or rules. Second is that you must enter here the password. The password is let me in. And then this is a timed quiz. So here you're going to see that the quiz is about 1 hour. Start attempt now. Okay, now first thing that you should notice is that a new window appeared. And if I go back here, let me try to minimize this. Okay, I cannot go back anymore to the previous window if I like to check the PowerPoints or lessons that I have. Okay, so this is the added security that our LMS provides. Okay, so here you will see that you are logged in as a student. We have here the quiz itself. On this side, you're going to see the navigation. So I could move from one question to the other. And then I also have here the time left. Now, if I click on this one here, okay, and the example this one, okay, and let's say in this question, I'm not sure that I have selected the correct answer, I could flag it, okay, meaning that I'm not sure. Then later, I could go back. Okay, so let's try to just randomly again check selecting answers here. Okay, after that, let's review it again. There. Okay, so once you're finished, finish attempt. Okay, so we have here the questions, and I still have here 58 minutes. Now you're going to see that there is a flag here. So that's the flag item that I clicked earlier, meaning that I'm not yet sure here. If I go click on this one, it will return back to the question. Then I could just remove the flag. Let's say I'm sure that, let's say this is the correct answer. Scroll down, finish attempt, and then submit all and finish. Okay, that's it. I'm done with the quiz. Okay, so just click to just close here, and then my score is 15 over 30. 3 over 15. Okay, so you could see that in your gradebook. Okay, this is my gradebook, and then my score for quiz 1 is 15. Is 3 rather. Okay, now let's go to the teacher side. So let's log out here, and then I will be logging in as a teacher. Okay, then go back to our course. So the next thing to do is we go to our quiz here. So this time you're going to see that there are already 53 attempts. I recorded this last Saturday. It's already Monday. So I think some already tried to take the quiz. If you click here attempts, okay, you're going to see the list of the students who took the test here. Okay, so once you see the results, okay, these are the results, and then for each question here, you're going to see, let's say, if you're correct in question 1, if you're incorrect in question 2, and so on. Okay, so you could see the scores here. So the teacher can review already the result of the quiz. Okay, after that, you also have here sort of a ranking. So how many of the student got 15? Okay, 2 participants got 4 or 5. 1 participants got 1. There are about 15 participants who got 14 or 15 scores, and so on. Let's try this one, show chart. Okay, so this is just a distribution of the chart that we had earlier. Okay, so this is how you evaluate your quiz. Okay, this is how you evaluate your quiz, and then see how your student performed during the quiz that you provide. Okay, so let's go back to our page here. Okay, let's go back to our creating quiz. So that's it. We already administered our quiz. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.